Alright folks, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all keeping well. Today I'll be taking you on a walk through Warsaw, in particular the Wola district. However, we're starting off quite north here at the Powansky Cemetery, which was founded in 1790. So you just saw the church of Karol Borromeus. So this necropolis is the final resting place of over 1 million people. When it was founded, it was 2.5 hectares large, and that's been expanded over the centuries to over 43 hectares, which is about the size of Vatican City. Now, some parts of the cemetery were affected by the Second World War, such as the catacombs, which have been reconstructed, though you'll see them right here. Now, part of getting to know a nation is knowing its history as well. And this cemetery is crucially important for the history of both Warsaw and the entire country. Many notable people have been laid to rest in this place, which includes even Nobel Prize winners. Władysław Reymont, for example, was a Nobel Prize winning writer. Franciszek Żwirko and Stanisław Wigura were two legendary famous airmen. And visitors are also able to find the grave of Jan Kiepura, a world-famous opera singer. Now, the cemetery as a whole is often called an open-air sculpture gallery because it hosts several styles. Predominantly neoclassical Art Nouveau, but there's even ancient Egyptian influences. I had a quick coffee break and continued my city walk. So the days are still really short now in winter, and it's kind of cold, so I cannot show that much of Warsaw yet. So I'm just taking it easy, but I'm at Kino Femina, and what I'll be doing today is having a nice beer at an old style bar I found called Paragraph, which is right here. So, na zdrowie from Bar Paragraph. It was a nice quiet evening. Next morning I continued my tour. So once I saw from the tram an actual old ghetto wall, and this seems to be it. The Ghetto Wall of 1943. I urge you to read up about this. It's absolutely fascinating. It's here in the bad way, of course. It's in the area of Rondo Radoslava, and the size of the Jewish ghetto was gradually reduced, and over time everyone was either during the uprising perished, or they were transported to any camp in eastern Poland, and there were several big ones. Majdanek, for example, but even smaller ones we haven't heard of typically. But this seems to be an original part of the Ghetto Wall, which is still standing. Now behind this wall is the actual Jewish cemetery, which was obviously way older than the ghetto walls, but eventually it was excluded from the ghetto by virtue of these walls. I'm afraid it's closed, even though it says it should be open. Oh, it's actually open. So the entrance to the Jewish cemetery is 20 zloty, which is like €5. But in exchange, you're probably the only visitor here, and you get to absorb a bit of the actual old history of Warsaw. This, I believe, is untouched. At least the walls shifted all around. The gate was destroyed, but restored right here. Nonetheless, it's really interesting to see this old part of Warsaw life, and you don't get any leaflet or a map about what there is to see, but I guess there are some signs around. See, here you go. So I guess you can spend a couple hours here exploring if you're really aware of the history.
See, and you even have a map. So that's what you pay for, right? That actually a lot of work and maintenance goes into this, and actually a lot of research about who did what and what the graves were. That's not an easy thing to do at all. See, so they even say the tombstones of famous people, such as the names listed, were either destroyed or have not been found, right? So all of these people had different stories: bookstore owner, publisher, founder of a publishing house, naturalist, film director, merchant, historian, journalist. And it's all not that long ago, right? So what do you do with all of the immense destruction and the broken tombstones? Well, you can eternalize them into this wall, and all the rest is just still standing around, which is, see, Brabander, which is even a Dutch name, at least international. Just a very, very harsh history, but this all is otherwise quite old. All people of significance in their previous community. We see the actual old gate. See, this was restored. This is the actual old gate. I don't know if this was its original position, but here you see a bit of how old Warsaw used to look. And what happens outside these old ghetto walls is, well, modernity. You can't stop it, I guess. It's all changed in a matter of a century.